Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation. Within this presentation, we are going to take a closer look at Douglas McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y. First, many of you may be asking, who is Douglas McGregor? Douglas was born in Detroit, Michigan in 1906. He started working while in high school for a family company established by his grandfather. In this role, he was a night clerk at the McGregor Institute. From there, he pursued his psychology degree at now Wayne State University. However, he dropped out after 2 years. Resuming at Wayne State University a few years later, he completed his BA. This was completed in 1932 while also organizing soup kitchens for the unemployed. Soon after, he went to Harvard, earning an MA and PhD in psychology. Interestingly, McGregor, who was colorblinded, chose the sensitivity of the eye to the saturation of colors for his PhD topic. After graduating Harvard, he decided to stay there for 2 years as a psychology lecturer. McGregor was also a professor of management at the MIT Sloan School of Management until 1947. Following this, he then became president of Antioch College from 1948 to 1954. Shortly before writing his book in 1960, The Human Side of Enterprise, where he discussed Theory X and Theory Y. The Human Side of Enterprise was written in 1960 by Douglas McGregor. In this book, he had a huge influence on education practices and a deeper look at the development of management and motivational theory. This is also where his Theory X and Y was derived. This theory helps identify two approaches management takes when motivating their employees at work. Theory X being the more negative approach, and Theory Y being the more positive approach. In the human side of enterprise, McGregor was among the first scholars to emphasize influence as key to managerial leadership, commenting, "The power to influence others is not a function of the amount of authority one can exert. It is rather a function of the appropriate selection of the means of influence which the particular circumstances require. Relinquishing authority is seen as losing the power to control. This is completely misleading conception." Douglas McGregor. Now we're going to take a look at Theory X. This style of management assumes workers dislike their work, avoid responsibility and need constant direction, must be controlled, forced, and threatened to deliver work, need to be supervised at every step, have no incentive to work or ambition, and therefore need to be enticed by rewards to achieve goals. Theory X managers tend to take pessimistic views of their people and assume that they are not motivated or dislike work. Because of this view, they believe their team members need to be prompted or punished constantly to make sure work is being completed. In this approach, performance appraisals are sometimes used based on results from sales figures, product output, and are used to control staff or keep tabs on them. As McGregor once said, Theory X reduces workers to cogs in a machine and likely demotivates people in the long run. Now we're going to take a look at Theory Y. This style of management assumes workers are happy to work on their own initiative, more involved in decision making, self-motivated to complete their tasks, enjoy taking ownership of their work, seek and accept responsibility, and need little direction, view work as fulfilling and challenging, solve problems creatively and imaginatively. Theory Y managers have an optimistic, positive look on their people, and they use decentralized, participative management style. This type of style encourages a more collaborative, trusting relationship between team members and their managers. With the Theory X approach, team members have more responsibility and managers help them develop skills to perform at their best. They also suggest improvements. Appraisals are regular, but unlike in Theory X organizations, appraisals are used to encourage an open communication rather than control the employees. This positive approach has become more popular with organizations and is proven to work. Workers increase a desire for more meaningful careers rather than just the outcome of good pay. Now it is question time. Question number 1. A manager feels his team will work better if they are told what to do rather than directing themselves. Is this management style theory X or Y? If you are thinking style X, you are correct. Question number 2. A manager believes his team is more interested in meeting organizational goals than money. Is this approach theory X or Y? If you are thinking theory Y, you are correct. And that is it for now. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the presentation on Douglas McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y. I hope that you were able to learn.